Today I've attended Verne's Scaling Up workshop. It was introduced to me about a month ago, and I found that when I looked into and I read the preface of the book, I could hugely relate to some of the challenges that entrepreneurs have when they're trying to scale a business. So I was very keen to find out more and understand how to put these things into practice. Key takeaways for me today, I guess the two key ones would be the practical tools that you can use, so it's not just theoretical. There's always a fear that theory takes over practice, but I think there's been so much research and practical experience put into the approach that it just works. So that's really important, and then we can really get behind that. The second is about the emphasis on personal development, and it's just remembering to make the time for you and your team to, in terms of reading and practicing what we're preaching, and taking the time out, so the 1.5 to 3 hours a day, or just focusing on the short-term goals that we're actually going to commit time to, as opposed to getting caught up in the day-to-day. So if someone asked me if I'd recommend the course, I absolutely would. I think it's for us, it's a perfect time in that I can absolutely relate to the problems it talks about. When you first start up on your own, you just do everything and you probably won't be able to relate to it. But I think you get to a certain size, and we're only sort of 25 people big now, but for the last year or so, absolutely been sort of feeling some of the pain points that hopefully these processes, I'm sure, will help us through. So I'd absolutely recommend the
I came to the workshop through a friend of mine, Dave Clark, from Miami, a company called BGT Partners, and he swears by scaling up. He said it changed his business line. He doubled his business and sold it for a crazy amount, and he's just enjoyed the ride as well with the book. Two takeaways that I've got from the workshop is, number one, to look at number one priorities. Don't do too many tasks. So focus on one or two or three key parameters that we can handle as an organization. And making sure that all our team is aligned within that. I will highly recommend it. I will highly let them say as well after the workshop, think about what it is, digest it, because if you can use this for your blueprint for your business, guaranteed you'll be a success. So that's what I could recommend.
I came to the Scaling Up workshop today here in London because I'm actually here from Silicon Valley, and I was never lucky enough to see Verne in my hometown of Palo Alto, and I got lucky enough to see him here today in London. I never would have thought to have 3 proposals whenever I am making a proposal to a client. And the takeaways that I learned from just that very thing made this day more than one of the most essential days in my career as this year has unfolded. Unbelievable. And I never thought of that, and reading all the books I do on business, that never has come up. And he taught me that today. Not only did Verne hold my attention, but when 4 o'clock rolled around, I wasn't ready to leave, because the things he was teaching me were incredible. And also, the thing he did that I enjoyed was to take small companies that are in the waste management business and large companies like Apple and merge their skill sets of their executive staff together so that we could all learn from both levels of business.